We are here talking Detroit Lions news and rumors for you folks today in this One Pride podcast. We're going to go over Lions versus Seattle Seahawks, give you my prediction at the very end, go over the latest Lions injury news, just news in general, everything regarding the Lions and Seattle Seahawks. Then we're going to do QA at the end of the session. But before we get started, we're going to shout everybody out. We got Joseph Skirbo in the building, James Copeland, Vash Starwin, Mofo, Jimbo, James Janella, Shift God, Lisa DeLorenzo, and Jonathan Anton. Jonathan Anton, appreciate everybody coming in here. Boo dem injuries. James Janella, I'm with you. Boo those injuries. We don't like injuries here at all. Why? Because it sucks, and we're going to go through that. But let's keep it 100. We know about the injuries. We're Lions fans, been watching this all week, so we're not going to stress on it too much. I'm sure you've already heard it from 10,000 other people, so why continue to do the same thing? So we'll just go over it briefly. Frank Ragnow is week to week dealing with a tear in his chest muscle, his pectoral muscle. Now it's supposed to be week to week. They're saying day to day. I expect him to come back versus the Dallas Cowboys. I hope they rest him on Monday Night Football. Give this guy a rest because you got the bye week right after that. That's what I'm expecting. Derek Barnes, we don't know how long he's going to be out, but he's going to be out for some time. So probably, we're talking over a month. So that's going to hurt. With that said, the Lions are really good at linebacker at the depth. This is something that they prepped for. And guess what? You got Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Malcolm Rodriguez, Jalen Reeves. You got a lot of people I feel like they can cover the linebacker spot. So it sucks that Derek Barnes is going to be out, but we are pretty good there at depth-wise. Interior defensive line. Aleem McNeil is day-to-day. It sucks that he's hurt. Yeah, with that said, that's another position we're really good at depth with. DJ Reader, Levi Onwuzurike. These two are doing a good job. I'm sure that Kyle Pecco is going to get some time in this game. And then after the bye week, players are coming back that were injured. Maybe Broderick Martin can come back after that. There's some other players in the NFI list too. So the Lions can withstand the Aleem McNeil injury for a game. And again, we got the bye week after that. So he can come back after the bye week. But he still may play in this game. We don't really know the status there of him. But in my opinion, the Lions can afford it. Marcus Davenport done for the year. Did anybody in here, and right now there's 32 watching, I'm sure slowly get in here. Did anyone expect him to play 17 games? Nope. I don't think anybody did. If you're one of my subscribers, I've been talking about him being an individual who I'm not really relying on. Still, the Lions, they can look at Joshua Pascal. At some point during the season, you're going to have John Kaminsky come back, the end of the season probably. The Lions are thin at pass rusher right there. Now, with that said, they could make a move before the NFL trade deadline. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying they could make a move before the NFL trade deadline. And no, do I think they're going to go for Max Crosby? No. Last year we did Donovan Peoples-Jones, so maybe they do a player trade like that before the trade deadline. I'm really still not too worried, in all honesty. Frank Ragnow is probably the biggest one, but he is right now kind of a week-to-week, and I think he'll come back after the bye week. Everything else I was kind of expected. Marcus Davenport, nobody expected him to be there throughout the whole time. Nobody did. So I'm not freaking out over that injury. I'm just not. I know it does hurt the defensive line for sure, but I wasn't expecting him to be there. So he was a luxury signing, in my opinion. The fact that we only paid $6.5 million for him for 1 year, there's a reason why because he is injured, and he's not going to be here, so I'm not too upset about that. I'm just not. I expected him to be done after week 1, exceeded my expectations about Davenport. Survivalist, Amber, and family, that was a fun comment for sure. It's keeping it 100, right? They're keeping it 100. I think we're all keeping it 100 with his aspect. I'm going to be live on The Huge Show today on ESPN Radio from 3 to 5 p.m. 96.1 ESPN The Huge Show will be live. Again, if you're not in the West Michigan area, it's really simple. You Google The Huge Show live. and then it will come up. So I'll be live in there. You can also check out my Facebook, on my Twitter, The Huge Show. He does everything. What's up, Broski Bear in the building? Bradley Mustaine as well. Jumping in here. Nobody did. The majority of the Lions fan base did, and was saying how good he'd be this season. I didn't think he would be that great, Broski Bear, but could a lot of Lions fans said that? I'm sure there has been. Look, there are Lions fans. There's hundreds of thousands of Lions fans, right? But on my channel, we keep it 100 here, and I've been saying about Davenport, I just didn't expect him to be there the whole year. So could there be a lot of Lions fans, Broski? Sure, for sure. But the ones that listens to me, they weren't expecting that much from my perspective, because I've been saying the same stuff for a long time. So Joshua Pascal's got to step up in there. Okay, we're done with the injuries. We've had it. You've heard it before. We've already spent, 5 minutes on it. That's 5 more than I want to spend on it. Now, yesterday, I was really tired, so I didn't do a video. So we're going to do the breakdown, analysis, and prediction for Lions and Seattle Seahawks live right now. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to give you a couple players that we need to look out for. I want to talk about, what they're doing offensively and defensively, Seattle Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions. It's about matchups here, and we all know that. Now, okay, Lions fans, keeping it real here. Yeah, for sure, broski, for sure. So let's get into the players. Geno Smith, a good quarterback right now, and you look what he is doing so far this season. He has got 787 yards passing. That's third in the NFL. 3 touchdowns, he's tied for 16th. Interceptions, 3. QBR of 62.4, that's 9th best in the NFL. Geno Smith is a quarterback who has hurt us in the past by extending the play and his mobility. But after I saw what from the Arizona Cardinals game, Aaron Glenn has the ability to slow that down. So my fear of Geno Smith went down significantly after watching the Cardinals game. So he's a good quarterback, but I'm not so worried about him, extending the play like we've seen in years past. Kenneth Walker, questionable, the running back. Zach Charbonnet, I loved him, right, coming out of college. If Walker can't go, Charbonnet will be the main back, and he's a bruiser back. So expect them to run the football, but they're not good at running the football. They're really not. And their offense, rushing yards per game, is only 97.3. That's 23rd best in the NFL. Going against the Detroit Lions defensive line, that is the best in stopping the run. That's going to be a problem for the Seattle Seahawks. They're going to be one-dimensional, but they can win one-dimensionally. So they're going to have to pass to win the game. Now, the Lions' pass defense is much better than it was last year. So let's go ahead. I think the Lions will make them one-dimensional. I don't think they're going to run all over the Lions. I don't. But they're a good passing game. Why is that? Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith-Njigba, and Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's their number 3 wide receiver, who's really good. They can pass in this league. And if you look at their pass offense, total passing, 3rd in the NFL, 246.7 yards per game. They're putting up the 2nd best points in the NFL at 34.5. So they're passing quite a bit. Now you can look at the quarterbacks that they've faced, right? They faced the Denver Broncos and their rookie, butt cheeks rookie right there, right? They faced the Tua-less Miami Dolphins, butt cheeks, right? They faced butt cheek quarterbacks. But it doesn't mean that they still can't pass, and that's what they're doing. They're passing. Okay, and so the Lions got to be able to slow the pass down in this game. Both teams are tied at -1 turnovers. They're both 21st in the NFL in that. Noah Fant, their tight end, pretty good tight end over there. Remember, they made the trade from Denver to get Noah Fant. Good tight end. So their offense is really good. But I think the Lions can slow that down quite a bit. I do, because if you look at the Arizona Cardinals, their offense was one of the best in football, and then the Lions' defense faced them. I really do believe that the Detroit Lions are now, it seems like they're more a defensive football team, right? They're winning with defense, and that is awesome to see. I absolutely love it. There's no problem there. I want to see the offense get better, but I'm really happy to see this defense take that next step. Sack leaders for the Seattle Seahawks. Boye Mafe's got 3. Derek Hall's got 3. Leonard Williams 1.5, and that's someone that we got to watch out for in this game, is because Frank Ragnow probably not playing in this game. Graham Glasgow, I think he's going to stay at left guard. We really don't know the situation right now. Right? Could it be Neese be the guy, be the center for the Lions? Still, that's going to be a problem because if Frank Ragnow's not playing, it's the offensive line's going to take a little bit of a step back, and Graham Glasgow has been playing particularly not too good at left guard. So you have a hole in the middle of that Lions offensive line. What can the Lions do? Run to the right. Run towards Penei Sewell. Yeah, right. We got to run the football and do that play action. Just stick with what we're going on here. Now, they got really good players. And there's one player that we all know is pretty darn good, if you ask me, and that's Devin Witherspoon, their corner. He was sticky the last time we played him last year. And he's a physical guy. So our wide receivers has got an issue right there. They got a guy who can, and he's probably going to be on St. Brown. So if that's the case, we don't even know if Laporta's going to play. He's dealing with a low ankle sprain. We got to get Jameson Williams then going in this game, right? This is a play action Jameson Williams type of game. If you ask me, I want to see some big plays in this game, and that's kind of what I'm wanting to see for sure. You ask in the question, who are the odds to win the game? All of the odds makers and all of that lovely stuff. Well, the spread right now is Lions are favored by 4.5 points at home. Okay. The total over and under is 47. I actually would take the under on that. I don't think that there'll be more than 47 points scored in this game. Lions by 4.5. Now, I'm a little bit worried about this line. I'm worried about this game. Generally speaking, I would say Lions win this game. Lions win this game. This is going to be a hard game. Seattle Seahawks has had the best of us. What is it? They've won 9 out of the last 10 or some ridiculous number like that. Lions got to do much better in this game. We got to get this monkey off our back. This needs to be a revenge game because Seattle has owned us, and their fans will let you know it's 100% true that they have owned us. Lions would to get this win on Monday Night Football in front of the world, and then having a bye week afterwards, and then you face Dallas afterwards would be a monumental win for the Lions. Why is that? Because the Lions then can heal up bye week 3-1, and then they go to Dallas to face the Cowboys, who the Cowboys, by the way, are not playing good. They're not a good football team right now. Then we can go on a revenge tour start with Seattle, right? Seattle and then Dallas, and that would be massive for the Lions season. We got to keep up with the Minnesota Vikings, whom we got a big matchup, right? Green Bay facing Minnesota at Lambeau Field. We get to see how that one plays out, and it's going to be interesting. Who do you want to win the game? I think you want to go with Packers in this game, right? I think you want to get the Vikings to take an L here, but I think we all choose Asteroid if we had a choice. Who do you guys got winning the game? Who do you got winning the game? Who do you think wins the game? Do you got the Lions winning the game? Let me know. Put L for Lions. Do you got the Seattle Seahawks winning the game? Put Seahawks. As for Seahawks, 4 years in a row against the James non-divisional team is poor scheduling by the NFL. Yeah, well, look, you're a better team. You face better teams. We're facing a lot of playoff teams, and Seattle's 3-0, and right now they're most definitely in the mix of a playoff team. Now, again, they face the Denver Broncos, they face the New England Patriots, and the Tua-less Miami Dolphins. That literally probably is the easiest start of a season you could get. That's like going against the Panthers, going against the Giants, right? These are the bottom feeders. And so they won those games, besides the Dolphins wasn't a close game. So the Lions got a chance here. So let's go through just comparing both the teams together, offense. So we're going to start with the Lions offense here. Pass offense, we're 16th best in the NFL right now. We're averaging 20.7 points per game. Total yards, we're 4th, 399.7. So we're getting a lot of yards in there. We're just not scoring as much. So that's something that we got to work on here. Passing yards, we're 7th in the NFL, 236. Rushing yards, we're 4th in the NFL, 163. We're moving the football. Those will tell you we're moving the football. We just got to get the scoring to match. The Lions offense is moving the ball. We just got to score. Lions defense, we're only allowing 17.3 points per game. That's 9th in the NFL. Yards allowed per game, only 293.3, 10th in the NFL. Passing yards, 216.7, 19th in the NFL. And rushing yards, 76.7, even though it's 4th. I'm going to say it's first best in the NFL because we're facing mobile quarterbacks. And it's a little bit different. So Lions defense is top 10 in nearly every stat besides pass defense. And if you look at who we faced, Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford, and Kyler Murray, you can understand why those numbers will be up. So Lions offense and defense is good. We just got to score for offense. That's our negative right there. Seahawks offense, they're huge right now. They're putting up 34.5 points per game. That's 2nd in the NFL. That's a lot of points. Total yards per game, 248.7, 2nd in the NFL. Passing yards per game, 246.7, 3rd. Rushing yards is where they're not good at, is 97.3, 23rd in the NFL, and both teams are -1 in turnover. So their offense is good. They're scoring. That's the difference. Let's go to their defense. Points per game, 14.3, 4th best in the NFL. Again, I think that does account for the bad offenses that they face. So that's skewed in my opinion. Total yards per game, 298.5, 13th in the NFL. I would absolutely take the over so far in both. Passing yards, they're only doing 132.1. Their defense is best in the NFL. Take the over. Jared Goff probably get like 230 yards passing. The reason that 132, that's only allowed they pass. Look at the quarterbacks that they face, then you'll understand that. Rushing yards per game, 116.3, that 15th. The Lions are going to run all over these guys. Take the over. Looking at this, and you account for the injuries, I would take Seattle Seahawks to win this game. I 100% would do that. I would take Seattle to win the game. With that said, if you look at the numbers here and I break it all down, I think the Lions going to win this game, and I'll go with 24-23 with a late field goal to win the game, to end the game. Lions win 24-23. That's what I got. A really close game here. I think it's a coin flip, but when you're at Detroit, it's going to be a hard place to play. I don't see their defense being as good of what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. They're pretty good defense, but they haven't faced the Lions offense yet. They have not faced an offense like Detroit as of yet. They faced Denver, butt cheeks offense. The Patriots, butt cheeks offense. And Hua at quarterback with the Dolphins. Who? That's right. Butt cheeks offense. So Lions is a different beast for them. We're putting up a lot of yards. We just got to score. And that's going to be the hard part, is if Laporta can't play, Brock Wright's going to have to be the number 1 tight end, right? I think Devin Witherspoon is amazing. So it's going to be difficult to give. He'll probably be on St. Brown. It's going to be difficult to get St. Brown out of there. So Lions run the football, play action, pass to win this game. That's what I got. And it seems like it's a lot, but and generally see guys say stop the run and make a team one-dimensional. Well, I think the run's going to be stopped. So what we got to do is we got to get turnovers against Geno Smith. He's 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We need to get some turnovers in this game to win the game. And that means Jared Goff don't turn the ball over, right? So Geno is susceptible to it. Lions defense is getting turnovers. I have the Lions winning the game 24-23. Let's see your guys' predictions really quick in the chat. We got 24-21 from James Janella. Good one right there. 28-14 Lions by Devin Davis. Dragon Fez wants Green Bay to win. 27-17 Lions from Shift God. Jonathan Anton says Seahawks, and I'm not going to be upset. If you pick Seahawks, there is no upsetness here because they have a legit shot to win the game, right? I think it's a coin flip. This is going to be a close game. And as much as I don't want it to be I want it to be a game where it's an automatic blowout because I'm tired of dealing with it. It says per ESPN model, Lions got a 61.9% chance to win the game. That's what the betting markets have. 27-21 Lions. I wouldn't put it that high of a number, though, because I don't think they're putting into the account of potentially Laporta, Frank Ragnow not being in the game. I don't think they've put that in there. So I would put it not 4.5 points. I would not take this bet. I wouldn't take this bet. I would actually take the bet for Seattle to cover. I'm not taking. 4.5 points is a lot for this game. The Seattle Seahawks is not a chump. They're not chumps. So this is going to be a close game if you ask me. Let's go ahead and get your comments going right meow. And I forgot to get my social up there. So we're going to do that right now for you. So if you got questions, go ahead, put it in the comment section right now. We're going to go ahead and get this one to switch it. There we go on view. Let me get my scene up there for you guys to put in your questions. And then we can get after it. And that's right here. So we are in the mailbag segment. So if you got questions, we may have some answers on here. Throw your questions in the comment section right now. Also, hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes in this video. With your help, it absolutely can happen. That is what I want to see. Ragnow is confirmed to not play. It's what I expected, and I didn't even check it. It is simple as I didn't expect him to play. So if he is confirmed not playing, I think that's what we all expected. Yes, again, I'll be live on the Huge Show, so listen to it. You could just put my name in there, and you can find it. ESPN Radio, iHeartRadio for Detroit Lions today. I think that we're going to go make a statement in this game, talking about Lions and Seattle Seahawks. Just make the victory. That's all I want. The only statement I want to see is a victory in this one. It's going to be a tough game. Seattle plays us hard. They've been beating us. It's difficult. Get the victory. And by the way, Alex Anzalone should be playing in this game. So if you're having a little bit of worrisome because Derek Barnes is not going to be playing, Alex Anzalone should be coming back from his concussion. And then that will relieve. Lions are really good at the linebacker depth. Let's see, hashtag FGB. What's the latest on Branch in concussion protocol? I expect him to play because the game's on Monday night. I expect him to play. I haven't heard anything, but that's my expectations. If he doesn't play, won't be shocked. My guy, Lions Talk by Raw Detroit. Make sure you subscribe to my good friend TA, Lions Talk by Raw Detroit. He is great. Love what he does. Hashtag Mikey, what up, Doe? Do you think Brad Holmes will address the pass rush position, or will James Houston get 10 sacks? Do I think they address the pass rush position right now? No, I don't. I think they'll look at potentially add it at the NFL trade deadline, but right now, no. James Houston, probably not. They want to stop the run, and he's just not where they want him at that position. It's just the facts. Could be Nice. He could be replacing him. The center, remember. And Graham could be staying at left guard. That's my latest I heard. Love the picture. By the way, survivalist. Amber and family. The Lions and Seahawks is like the Everett and Reed City High School rivalry back in the 90s. Reed City usually won now and then. Yeah, we've been having a rivalry going for a while now. It's always been the same. Like, we're always fighting each other every season. It's the same thing. It's a close game. It is a rivalry. I don't think the rivalry matches the Rams and Lions rivalry now, though. That is the rivalry that's absolutely on top of the world. He goes, that hurts, at Mike. It's facts. We know it. So why, I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to lie to you and say James Houston is going to come in here and make all the plays in the world. I haven't seen it yet. So he has barely played. And they like to stop the run, and that's what they're going to do in this game. And I think do the same game plan, too, as well, they did with Kyler Murray and Geno Smith. Don't let this guy beat you with his legs. Don't do that. Look, I love sacks more than anybody, but the mobile quarterback, just do the same game. You do the same game plan they did with Kyler Murray, you're never going to hear me complain. Yeah, just a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much. But I had to make the comment. All right. They need to get Graham out of this position. Well, that's that, or he's just got to get better at it, right? He's got to get better and better at it. This is something that he hasn't done that much. If not, when the rookie comes off the NFI list, that's something that they could look into. I'm not playing around. I don't care about how long you've been a Detroit Lion and all this. I want the best 11 on offense. And if Graham Glasgow is not playing good by the time that Mahogany comes back, and Mahogany's looking pretty good, that's what you do. It's simple as that. I would rather, because we can't have this going into week 18. We can't have this. That guard spot, that spot right there has got to get better. He's got to play better. And what I saw from this last game, the holes weren't there, and he just looked confused. He was looking to the right side. The guy he was facing just went right past him. Didn't even touch him. I've never seen that. Maybe unless I watched the Chicago Bears tape, but I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. It was bad, and he's just got to get better. This is something that he hasn't done. Hey, what's up, Theme Park Paul? Said, I know your Lions will win. Seahawks needs work. Your team's good, Theme Park. We're not taking your team lightly. No Lions fan is. We know what you have done. The last 9 out of 10 times has beat us. We got to give Montgomery that football. Montgomery's playing out of his mind. He wants to get an extension at the end of this year. He's got another year on the deal, but he's like, you know what? I seen Panay get an extension before his deal's up. I seen Jared Goff get his extension before his up. I seen Amon-Ra St. Brown get his extension before his up. David Montgomery's playing out of his mind. He's like, we need to get that extension done by the end of this year because he's got another year on his deal. And I got to say, the way he's playing, you got to do that, man. Dave Montgomery is playing out of his freaking mind. But that's how you win, is we got to run football. Seahawks are good at 3-0, but this is their first test. Hopefully they earned all that. I do believe this is really their first test, and I think if you were to ask a Seahawks fan, we got one in here in the building, they would probably tell you the same. Hell of a start, though. I mean, you can't argue with 3-0. All you do is beat the teams that are on your schedule. It's not their fault that Tua was injured. It's not their fault that Bo Nix is pretty much butt cheeks. It's not their fault that they had to face the Patriots. Let's see. Hashtag Mikey. Are we still thinking Super Bowl or just making the playoffs? Let the chips fall wherever, especially with all these injuries. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Super Bowl still, TA. A lot of these injuries are early. And we're talking about Frankie's going to miss a game, right? A game or two, or one game. Right? Brian Branch, he's in concussion protocol, right? We got, I don't think you expected Marcus Davenport to be healthy throughout the year. I never did, so I put that in there. So there's, injuries are happening. And by the way, if you look at all the injured teams, look at the teams that are quite injured. And you'll see an interesting trend here. And, they say it's the Super Bowl hangover. I don't think it has anything to do with quote-unquote Super Bowl hangover. I think it's the fact that teams that played late into the season last year are more banged up this year. Why? Because their players are playing a lot more. Other teams had about a month rest. Like the Lions or the 49ers who are injured. And they've been playing quite a bit, right? So I think you're seeing a situation where some of these teams that played late last year are a little bit banged up now. And I think that's because the players are just simply playing. Their bodies are a little bit more beat up. And once the season gets along, I think that the injuries will get a little bit better. That's why I keep saying the 49ers, in my opinion, are still a good team. I know they're 1-2, but I'm definitely not counting the 49ers out in this one. I'm just not. They got too much talent there. I know they're injury prone, but you just look at the teams. You're going to see a lot of the injured teams are the teams that played longer last year. And so I think that's what we got going on. In Davenport, we can't trust. Oh, that's so facts. Just appeared, won Super Bowl. Forget winning. It's just to get there. I just want to get there. Yeah, I just want to get there. Of course I want to win it. But to get to a Super Bowl, to finally say the Lions have been one, it is what it is. Lisa DeLorenzo, and if I miss your question, don't get upset, please. Don't get upset. Lisa DeLorenzo, hashtag FGB, I would love for Brad to make a move for an edge, but really feel like that they will just rely on Peko, Ukwu, and Agud to fill up the holes on defense. I kind of agree with you. I think that's the route they're going to go. I do. I want them to make a move, but that's the route that they're probably going to go. I tell you what, next year's draft, and even though, we're not talking about draft right now and all that stuff, but you can already tell what Lions need in next year's draft. What is it, folks? A what rusher? A pass rusher, right? We need a pass rusher. We need to draft a what? A wide receiver. We need to draft. We know exactly what we need, and I tell you what, they better get it in the draft. Come on, guys. Who do you think will make the biggest impact defensively Monday night versus Seattle? Ooh, defensively. Great question, Shift God. Dang. You know what? Aidan Hutchinson, I think, is going to make the biggest impact again, because it's not even about the sacks. What I saw from him was restraint versus Arizona. He restrained himself and focused on making sure that Kyler Murray didn't get all over the place. If he does that again, Lions going to win this game. If they can stop Geno Smith from extending the play and running around doing all this leg stuff, the Lions going to win this game. So I'm going to go with Aidan Hutchinson. Joey says Kirby Joseph. Kirby's been out of his mind. Do we have the best safety tandem in the NFL right now? Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph playing out of the mind. Now, Futu Melifonwu potentially could be coming back. I haven't heard. I heard there was rumors that potentially he could be coming back, right? A lot of good stuff happening right there. But I'll go with Aidan Hutchinson. John Nass says, I don't think we'll trade for anybody. Let the cap roll over the next year. Use the money, sign Hutch in a Lee McNeil deal. First off, I love that idea. I don't think we're going to trade for anybody either. I would like to. I don't think they will. But I agree with you with signing Hutch and Lee McNeil, and you can add Levi and Wuzurike on there. Levi and Wuzurike on there. That's another individual you got to do. Joseph Comer. Let's see, Hutch, because of the consistent pressure him and double teams from them. Yeah, I mean, you're making a great argument, my friend. You're making a great argument. 8-0 in games where he has an interception, that's dope. Who do you think will make it? Oh, okay. That's a nice one. So we got to get another one. We got Magneto. That's a great name, man, for Kirby Joseph in the football. Magnetic to his hands, and it just comes to him. Look, Kirby Joseph is, and I loved Kirby Joseph coming out of the draft. I loved Kirby Joseph coming out of the draft, and look at how well he is doing. So who is your biggest impact player on defense? What about offense? Who's your big player on offense? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue on here and talk about more questions that you have. And if you got questions, I may have those answers. So put it in the comment section right now. We got 127 in the building. Just continue with the questions. You do a hashtag. I can see it, right? Hashtag Lions, hashtag whatever, hashtag. and we will get it. Magneto is his new name. Magneto. Is there, all right, Det Fan Man with a question here. We're going to get to it right now. This is Michael Neese's debut with Frank setting out. Or do we go Glass Guy? I think it's Neese. I think they're going to go with Neese. We'll see how he does. I think we can hold the fort down for a game. You know what I'm saying? Frank Ragnow is, I didn't expect him to be healthy for 17 games this year. I really didn't. And so when he went down for a week-to-week type of thing, it's just like, yeah, I kind of expected it. So I think the Lions can hold it down for a game or two. Do I expect him? Could they hold it down for a long period of time? No. I would be very concerned. But for one game, I'm not too concerned. Just not. Says, Mike, you are hashtag the GOAT, Detroit City. You to go, man. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. They're going with, for offense, David Montgomery is the MVP right now. I can't argue with that. He's been outstanding. He's been absolutely outstanding. David Montgomery is playing out of his mind right now. He's playing so physical. He's just breaking every tackle. My concern is I don't want him worn out by the end of the season because he's playing so hard. Let Laporta rest this game. Need to be healthy the rest of the season. And Jonathan Anton, I agree with you. I concur because he was dealing with a hamstring too. If there is, and I know that sounds horrible. No, we can't have all these guys not play in the game. We'll lose the game. But we don't want to lose the players for a long time. I think resting them now with a bye week is smart. Let's get these guys fresh for the rest of the season. I truly do. If you are banged up, let them rest. You know, let these guys heal. They need to heal a little bit, or it's just going to keep going on, and throughout the season, the player's going to get banged up. Correct the issue now. Let them heal. That's my thing. Tigers are crushing it, man. Good job, Tigers. I seen Tigers with grit. I seen a bunch of those signs out there for the Tigers game, so that was kind of cool. But they're playing well. He is balling 110%. Jake Bates, Montgomery, Hutchinson are our best weapon so far. Jack the Goat Fox, too. You got to put Jack the Goat in there. Jack the Goat Fox is always winning. Even when he's losing, he's winning because he never loses. Let's see. Oh, he says here, Pyro says, I don't know if you answered this. Motor City Dan Kell says, Presser, that Seattle likes to throw. Yes. Say Kenneth Walker is out and they rely on Char. How do you stop DK? This is the whole point. We got Carlton Davis. And I've been saying this since we got Carlton Davis. We faced Seattle a couple times in the last couple years under the regime of Dan Campbell. And one thing I said every single time is we don't have a corner to match up with his physical style. He's a big guy. DK's big. We now do. We have Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis. They're both bigger corners who can match up with them. And I think they can. I think that's a big deal. From years past, I told you DK Metcalf is going to be a problem. DK Metcalf's the problem. And if you go look at my Lions versus Seattle Seahawks videos from years past, I've been saying that because we don't have someone to match up with them. Now we do. So great question. The Lions, I'm not saying I'm not saying we're going to just dominate DK Metcalf. Not at all. I'm just saying we can match up with them this time. We couldn't before. It was just, we just couldn't. Now we can. Now they can. So that's how they do that. You know, we upgraded our secondary with bigger players. Bigger, bigger. Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis are bigger. And so I think that matches up well for a DK Metcalf. 110%. Tyler Lockett is going to be the problem for me. Is he's their number 3. Tyler Lockett's fast, and he's still damn good. You know, we got Meek Robertson's going to have his hands full on this one. If Brian Branch is out there, that's, you know, those are the type of players that I'm really looking forward to is a Tyler Lockett. So watch for that one. Jackson Smith and Jigba is no joke either. He's really good. Their passing offense is really good, but we got the bigger guys now to slow that down. And that's why our pass defense is better. It is better because they are more physical and they stay with the receiver. Now, that results in some pass interference, and we got to get better with that, with their hands. But it also is a testament that they're not getting blown out. And they're staying with these guys. So I feel like that they can match up well. Arnold is physically against DK, but watch this game interference calls to give it up those yards. I believe in Arnold. I believe in Arnold too. He's just got to get better with the penalties, but he is a rookie cornerback. I think every game he's getting better and better and better and better. That's just what you want to see. He's going to lose matchups. That's why I'm not getting mad about it. Oh, he got beat there. Well, it's because it's going to happen, right? You just got to get better each game. I promise you, if they target DK a lot, Kirby will have a big game. I hope so. I don't think Geno Smith is not just going to focus on DK Metcalf. That's not the case. He will spread it around. So don't just assume he's just going to be, oh, this is DK. He's going to go to everybody. Let's see. Would you guys start Laporta in a fantasy Lions fans? Right now, Patrick, he may not even play, so no. He's dealing with an ankle issue, so if you got a Sam Laporta, I wouldn't probably play him. Depends who your backups are, but just keep that in mind. He's dealing with an ankle sprain. Lions are favored in this game by 4.5, and I don't agree with that line. It should be much closer. Much closer. I think the Lions win by 1 point. Don't bet and be like, I wouldn't bet on that. Because I don't think they're accounting for the injuries to the Lions. I think they're just looking at the matchups. Because if you look at the matchups, like, okay, Lions are, but we do have key players that are missing, and it's going to hurt it a little bit. So I dropped the points down. I say the Lions win 24-23. Patrick, no problem, brother. No problem. Not at all. And it doesn't matter if you're a Lions fan on here or not. You could be a Seattle Seahawks fan. We love taking questions for anybody in here, so I do appreciate you taking time out of your day to answer those. Mikey, do you think that running back Jahmyr Gibbs will win the wager from Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving? So thank you so much, Patrick, for subbing. Thank you. I'll be live for the game too Monday night, play-by-play commentary, and so you want to come on to that. We have a great time in here. We get, generally speaking, it's about 5,000 people in the chat just to the beginning of the game. The end of the game, we can reach up to 10,000 in the chat. So, and I don't ignore my subscribers. I see it all, and I try to still talk to every single one of you guys. They always play tough, and this is why we can't get a big head in this game. We are owned right now by Seattle. They own us. We got to beat them to remove that own. I'm a Bills fan, but spot on for the Lions. They're my NFC team. That's awesome, Patrick. And I tell you what, the Bills are playing good. Really good. Really good. I thought Diggs leaving there would hurt their team, and it seems like it's actually helped. I was completely wrong on that one. Only way to stop the massive pass is by Hutch and the old man Geno's fists, sacking him 4 or 5 times Monday night. He's playing his best football. He's playing his best football right now. I don't necessarily think it needs to be a sack, Pyro. He needs to not extend the play, and that means Hutch needs to bear down on him. I'm not necessarily saying he's got to sack him, because he doesn't need to. But he needs to make sure that Geno's not extending the plays. Because when you have DK, Jackson Smith, and Tyler Lockett, you extend those plays, they're eventually going to get open. That is why their offense is so good. I mean, he sends play, someone's going to get open, they're great receivers, throws the ball, first down, right? Touchdown. That's what we got to negate, is extending the play. Make him throw the ball a little bit earlier. And thank God that we got interior pressure, because that's going to help. When you got a DJ Reader in there, you got Levi Uzurike in there, it's going to be difficult for him to step up in the pocket. He's going to want to do his rolling out, and that's where you have Aidan Hutchinson following him. That's what we need to have. Yeah, Seahawks tight ends beat us up. And I tell you what, we're better at a linebacker, and I think that we're not going to get torched by Fant. We're better at the linebacker position, but we got to make sure, if you want to win this game, you don't want these tight ends. You gotta make Geno Smith throw the ball early. You can't let him extend it. That's what we did with Kyler Murray, and look what we did to him. We won the game. We have to do it. If the Cowgirls lose tonight, I hope they lose tonight. I hope the Giants win. That would be the greatest laugh. I will watch every ESPN Sports Center reaction to that because I detest the Dallas Cowboys. And I would love for them to lose to the New York Giants, who I think is one of the worst football teams in all football. Yes, Amber, he will be back. Alex Anzalone will be back for this game. So he'll be out there. You'll see Jack Campbell would probably have the green dot. You'll have Alex Anzalone probably doing Derek Barnes spot. Maybe they'll jump to a classical 4-3, with the injury to Derek Barnes. Because he was utilized a lot in some pass rush. Maybe they'll just now kind of go to the 4-3 a little bit with him down. And I think we got the talent to do it. It's just that other pass rusher, right, with Davenport. But in all honesty, we should be all right. We should be all right. I think we'll beat them. Seattle 3-0 because they have played weak teams. Denver, Pats have close games. Lions are better than those two. Miami was blown out because of no Tua. That's correct. But I don't think we just win just because they're still a good team, but they haven't been challenged. This will be their biggest challenge. But again, they've beaten us every time, so it's tough. It's tough, folks. I can't just say they're just going to go in there and beat it. And just beat it. Just can't do that. Let's see. NFC North Cook look at a whole lot different after Sunday night. Oh, yeah. We got to be watching. That Sunday night game's huge. And I don't want to do this, but I'm rooting for the Packers to win this game because Minneapolis is 3-0. And I hate rooting for the Packers. It just kills me to say that. The Vikings will come back to earth soon. Patrick Mafia. We shall see, man. They beat the 49ers and Texans. I mean, that was good. I kind of hope they come back to earth. They got to take those L's, though, man, to get that done. They definitely got to take those L's. Let's see. I'm that confident. James, I really, man, look, I want the Lions to win. If they win this game with 3-1 heading into the bye week, and that's we didn't have a bye week, obviously, week 5 last year, but we were 3-1. Remember, we won the first game, lost the second game to Seattle, got to 3-1. So this would be a big test, and I think the Lions, they can go down to Dallas and beat them. They absolutely can do that. So the Lions have to win this game Monday night. And I predict the Lions to win the Dallas game now. The Dallas is just playing butt cheeks. Seeing yourself in the corner is like seeing yourself on the news. Hey, welcome to my world. It's odd, man. I'm about to be on the radio here in about 2 hours on ESPN Radio, so 96.1 FM from 3 to 5 p.m. I'll be on with Bill Silenson on the Huge Show for ESPN, talking Lions and Seattle Seahawks. So if you're wanting to listen to more, come listen. We'll be live. And after the bye week, the Lions are facing the Dallas Cowboys, and I believe I'll be at the Saugatuck Brewing Company again. So I think I'll be live there. So if you're in that area, potentially right now, you should come down and hang out. Food is good. Everything is yummy, yummy over there. I like the food. Let's see. I should just leave your picture up there just so you now know what it's like, right? To leave being yourself on the news. Let's see. We know who's going to have the best looking. Lions black unis are coming out on Monday Night Football. I'm so excited to look at those uniforms. The Blackberries, man. The Blackberries, they look so dope. Oh, I can't wait to see the blue helmet and the black logo. I love the blue helmet. I loved it last year. I love that blue on the head. I absolutely adore it. I think it's the coolest. And so I'm excited for them to have that one up there. Do the Lions rush for 150 yards? Yeah, I think they do. The run defense of Seattle is not good. It's not a good run defense. The Lions absolutely can do it. You look at their run defense right now for Seattle Seahawks. They allow 116.3, that 15th best in the NFL. The Lions most definitely can do that. I think they can get 170 yards rushing. They rush a lot. We run, and it's what it's all about, right? We got to run the football. We don't lose in primetime games. We don't lose in primetime games. And we're going to be live for the game again on Monday Night Football, and we'll watch it together. So hopefully they don't. Last year's blue helmet was 100 times better in my opinion. Do you like the old logo? Is that it? Yeah, I do like the old logo too, Tar. But I'm really excited to see what the black logo. I think that's dope as well. I think they're both really cool. I like that look. That's my look right there. If Thanksgiving isn't primetime, we definitely do lose those. We face Chicago on Thanksgiving. We're going to win that game. Chicago's a mess. You know, everyone talks about the Chicago defense, which is good, but they don't realize that the Lions defense is actually ranked one better than their defense. Lions defense is top 10 right now. God, that's amazing. Amazing, Aaron Glenn. If he does it again on Monday Night Football, I'm a believer then. Would I go to jail if I showed up at the brewery and photobombed? Absolutely not. You can show up and hang out. You can photobomb. I'll interview you. You could talk about the Lions. We'll have fun. There's a ton of commercials and games, so come on down. I was born in Huntington and lived there most of my time in New York, but went to college in Cortland where Joe Burrow went to school and lived there for 4 years. That's cool. That's cool, man. Or ma'am. Bears' offensive line is terrible. I've been saying this about their team, and you could talk to TA, I've been talking to Raw Podcast for 5 years straight, probably every single day besides weekends, for 5 years straight. I have talked about this subject behind the scenes all the time. And I said, they don't have an offensive line when they got Justin Fields. They don't have an offensive line. 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 It doesn't matter who you have at wide receiver, quarterback. If your quarterback is getting hit every other play, you're not going to win. Sweet! The family is coming down. For sure. If I'm there, I'll definitely keep you updated too. Keep everybody updated. So come on down, you and the whole fam. Have some barbecue wings, some chicken. We're going to have some fun. Allen Robinson signed to the active roster officially. Okay. So they must have did the IR stuff and all of that lovely stuff. Do you think that Matt Eberflus makes it through the season? Great question. Yes. I hope so. I hope so that he keeps them throughout the whole season. I hope so. And that's cool that they added him to the active roster. Cool. Cool for that. When they signed these guys like Tim Patrick and Allen Robinson, the practice squad, it was only a matter of time before they learned it. And look, I'm not big high on Allen Robinson, but is he better than Tom Kennedy? Yeah, I would have him better than Tom Kennedy. So James says, I'm a big fan, dude. That's awesome, bro. Come on down. Come on down. If I'm live if I go somewhere, it means you come hang out, man. That's what it means. I don't think you know this, but you know, like when I was doing the play-by-play at the brewery just a couple weeks ago, my old lady was sitting right next to me. You didn't even notice. Literally right next to me. This is just sitting there just doing the commentary. So come on down. It's not going to doesn't bug me. Jamison Williams taking the next step will help the team big. And they got beer there. It's literally in an area where there's a bar. Okay, you have bar, you have games for kids. There is not that many people there. And you got food that's right on tap. The owner comes and, hey, it's awesome, man. I'm telling you right now. So when I'm there, I want everybody to show up. Everybody to show up. Whoa, I didn't realize I was on for this long right now. I got to get going here soon because I got to prep for the huge show in Grand Rapids. I got to get up there, drive, prep up a little bit. So if you want to hear more Lions, you want to go on the huge show, that's where it's going to be. That's where I will be at. So I appreciate everybody hanging out while I get ready for this bad boy. Make sure you come on and listen. And then when I do go to the brewing company, make sure you come hang out. Make sure it's full. I want to see Lions fans and Lions jerseys on there. With that said, folks, adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be good.